Tatra Grafit 1983. It's hard to find a more absurd idea than building a Lamborghini Countach-style supercar in communist Czechoslovakia. People dreamed of fast. It's hard to find a more absurd idea than building a Lamborghini Countach-style supercar in communist Czechoslovakia. People dreamed of fast cars, but they couldn't technically make them. But some still didn't give up. For example, Ivan Labaska, who has assembled a Grafit supercar based on Tatra with his own hands. In the 70s, he studied the repair of agricultural machinery, and in 1978 he went to the army. In 2 years of service, in his spare time, he developed the car of his dreams. Construction began in the early 80s with the purchase of an old Tatra 613. Having completely disassembled the car, Ivan left only the chassis and engine, which he fixed on a homemade roll bar. Despite the fact that almost every production part from the Tatra has been modified, the concept remains. The 167 horsepower engine was located behind the rear axle and transmitted torque through a 4-speed manual transmission to the rear wheels. The mold for the body was made of an unusual material for this task, concrete. The design itself is quite reminiscent of the legendary Lamborghini Countach. Not surprising, it was one of the best supercars at the time. Initially, there were rising headlights, which were later replaced with conventional ones. The work on the Grafit supercar was completed in 1986, but the homologation procedure did not work right away. The rear end had to be changed, making it more similar to Tatra cars. The creator received permission to operate Grafit only in 1991 after the revolution in the country. Having received complete freedom, Ivan very actively exploited the car, and even got into accidents a couple of times. After the latter, the body was completely redone from carbon fiber, which reduced the 1.5-ton weight of the supercar by 50 kilograms. If you take a closer look at the pictures, you can find carbon fibers under a thin layer of red paint.